you about 2 minutes ago, just walking up. We're about to record, and you just are walking in from going to the bathroom right before, and you're just like, we're doing Flavortown. And I just have no context. No context. You just walking out of the bathroom. We're doing Flavortown. And I was like, in reference, this has to be in reference to the podcast. I gotta imagine.
Well, okay, my original plan, I almost said we're going to Flavortown,
which would have been more confusing. So you didn't specify. Yeah.
Yeah. Today we're talking about Guy Fieri, the Guy Fieri lawsuit in Pennsylvania. How much have you fucking heard of Guy Fieri generally? Tell me of the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yeah,
what's your knowledge?
I know Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives,
classic.
like absolutely the classic. I know the Italian place that he did by my house in Colorado Springs.
Oh shit,
was fire.
What was good?
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
It blew up after he went, and so a little regretfully. But
well,
if you're ever in Colorado Springs, Paravaccini's amazing.
It's so funny because like my partner Alexa, they like Impossible Restaurants, the Gordon Ramsay thing where he'd like go around to like kitchen disasters.
Yeah,
one of those fucking kitchen disaster restaurants was in her hometown in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
And they fucking came, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
They fucking came in and they made it into like a highfalutin like Italian place.
Wow.
In a town of 800 people.
Like
what? A gourmet Italian place.
That's so crazy.
That's so stupid. They had no other button. They completely revamped the menu. They were like serving like escargot and anyways, it lasted for like a year and a half before it closed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because it was fucking tiny. Well, because like here we're actually seeing like a new wave of like the low 2000s celebrity chefs come back on. Like Gordon Ramsay's got his new show Secret Service, where it's basically like kitchen disasters, but instead now that everyone knows him, he's just like in a surveillance van on the square,
that's so
like
funny.
on the block watching through like cameras mounted everywhere. And then Guy Fieri also had this thing called Guy's Chance of a Lifetime. So to smooth transition there.
Yeah.
So fucking Guy's Chance of a Lifetime was a show in 2022, a reality show. So from Guy Fieri's like rise to fandom, doing like he's basically Gordon Ramsay, but like Hoboken, New Jersey.
Yeah.
He sells donkey sauce.
Yeah,
exactly. He's the donkey sauce guy.
Uh-huh.
Everyone fucking knows Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
But even more people, I think, know Guy Fieri, even though, like, they've got the fucking frosted tips and the golfer cap and then the fucking hot rod shirt.
Well, he's just so synonymous. Like, I feel like as far as, like, even Halloween costumes go.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like...
he's the fucking frat guys, excuse me.
Yeah.
Frat guys everywhere have, like, the easiest Halloween because of Guy Fieri.
Well, and sorority girls.
And sorority girls,
like
actually,
the two,
that too. You're right. And the
like
Lorax
that and Pitbull.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. So Guy's Chance of a Lifetime in 2022, right? You're going to want to fucking hear about this reality show. So the concept of the show is described as, quote, the wildest job interview process ever devised.
Okay.
With the prize at the end of the job interview being a Chicken Guy franchise. So Guy Fieri has this restaurant called Chicken Guy.
Yeah.
The show only lasted 6 episodes and of course aired on Discovery Plus because that's a Discovery Plus move.
Yeah.
The contestants were all aspiring restaurant owners and were tasked with challenges such as working a lunch rush, creating their own sauces, and running a pop-up Chicken Guy restaurant for a day, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they filmed it. They made a mini series out of it.
Kind of like The Apprentice, but food.
Yeah, Apprentice, but food, right? And I actually empathize with these restaurant owners because like starting a restaurant's so fucking hard. Like you have inventory, so businesses with inventory are already really challenging to manage. But in the restaurant industry, the inventory is also perishable.
Yeah,
and consistently expensive while still being subject to all the limitations of commodity pricing. Because like it's so fucking hard to get ahead. You can't buy a head of lettuce from Taiwan like you can a semiconductor.
Yeah.
On top of that, think of the best fucking restaurant you love. How many times do you eat there?
Yeah, exactly.
Like at most twice, maybe 3 times a week, maybe once. Right?
Yeah.
And it's effortless to go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could just forget about them.
So widely available.
And on top of all that, labor costs, it's a labor-based business. And so between all those factors, how easy it is to pass on a restaurant, how hard they are to run, they only have margins of like 1 to 3% on average.
Which makes sense. I mean, yeah, starting restaurant, like it's like you have to start with 13 staff, starting a business, and then or 13 staff on the low end.
Yeah, on the low end, the 13 staff, and it's divided between front and back of house. The 13 staff members, and it's personality based, and like half, it's just a nightmare. And so what I'm trying to get at by this is that like this reality show, the prize was a number of things. It was $100,000 salary, startup capital, advisory, and the brand credibility of running a chicken Guy Fieri's restaurant.
Okay.
Right? So this wasn't fucking nothing. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
This restaurant actually like means a lot to these contestants. And there was a gentleman who won. So his name was Kevin Cooper, was one of 7 contestants featured on the Guy's Chance of a Lifetime show. The show only lasted 6 episodes. As I already said, the contestants were all aspiring restaurant owners, and he won this thing. He won on the final episode of the show, and he broke down in tears, and Fieri promised him that he would open his grand prize Chicken Guy franchise in Cooper's hometown in Philadelphia. Right? As mentioned at the top, Cooper was in fact able to open his Chicken Guy franchise in early 2024. He fucking did it. Like, not this last January, but January before, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But it closed like only after like 13 months.
Wow.
So let's get into the complaint and why the fuck Cooper has recently filed a suit against Guy Fieri and Chicken Guy Restaurant Corporation.
Dude, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see this not being like thought through. Like I can picture Guy Fieri like smoking on a cigar, just being like, you know what would be a killer idea for some TV? We get a bunch of unsuccessful people, just throw them in. Like you can just feel the TV talk behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. So specifically the winner of the show received the following benefits. I'm reading from the complaint here, known as the grand prize collectively. 1, a Chicken Guy franchise, which is already valuable. You get a franchise license, right?
Yeah.
Built out of the space for the franchise. Build out of the space for the franchise, so you don't have to pay any remodeling. You don't have to set up the space. Operational expenses, if they exceeded the revenue of the franchise for the first year of operations. So Guy would actually cover any losses.
Wow.
Guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
So no cost to set up, no, automatic franchise approval, cover all of your losses, so it's guaranteed.
Yeah. A
guaranteed salary for the first year at a minimum of $100,000.
Wow.
Waiver of all franchise fees for that time.
Wow.
And a $10,000 stipend to be applied to legal expenses.
So a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, a complete blank check for the first year. Like, you get to open a restaurant at no expense to you. So for the reason this is valuable is because the way a franchise works is an existing company basically licenses out their menu, their marketing, and their processes to a random company. So like McDonald's, for example, most McDonald's aren't actually run by the McDonald's Corporation. They're run by random LLCs and enterprises at the local level. Maybe they own a network of 10 of them, 5 of them, something like that. And then they go to what's called Burger University, controlled by the McDonald's Corporation, and they say, hey, I want to be a franchise owner. Yeah. And they put them through all this training. And the benefit to the franchisee is that they get all the credibility of the umbrella organization. They don't have to do any planning, menu planning. They don't have to do any marketing. They just set up shop. They have the process. They have the systems, and they go.
Yeah. They get gifted a winning strategy.
Yeah, they get gifted a winning strategy and how to run it. And in exchange, they usually give up a percentage of their revenue to the umbrella corporation. So the umbrella, Microsoft Corp at the national level, they do all the marketing and they collect the franchise fees. Now, keep in mind, that's a percentage of revenue, not a percentage of profit. That's why you see so many Subways. So like corporations are like different levels of picky on who can become franchise. Yeah. Subway doesn't give a fuck. They'll give anyone a Subway franchise. And the reason it doesn't matter to Subway is that it doesn't matter if all their franchisees go out of business because they get a collection of their revenue regardless. So wherever that revenue is spread out across 10, 20, 30 franchisees, doesn't matter to them. They get it's still the same amount of revenue, just spread out over more franchises.
Which I feel like contextualizes the different degrees of Subway that you will find. Yeah, well, you will find some good Subways, and you will find some terrible Subways.
The difference is like actually, I looked at a Subway franchisee agreement once, and they made no guarantees they won't open another Subway right across from you.
That's so funny.
Yeah, some corporations like Chick-fil-A is really good at quality over quantity. Yeah, but Subway is the opposite. McDonald's is somewhere in the middle. Yeah, yeah. So
just pump it out. As many as you can get.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to explain here is that like no franchise fees is basically a huge windfall.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
No franchise fees. I don't have to give up any of my revenue. Any losses are covered. I get $100,000 salary, which is not normal. It takes like 4-ish years for most restaurants, even successful ones, to turn a profit to the point where it's safe to take dividends out.
Yeah.
And a cover in legal fees. So it's very expensive to start a franchise. You have to review all the agreements. You have to get tons of business licensing. You have to pass health inspections. $10,000 in legal fees for the first year is not unusual, but even in a slightly lower cost area in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The competition was filmed between May 21st and August 21st, and the final episode aired in February of 2022.
Gotcha.
Cooper was declared the winner of the contest on February 8th, 2024. Plaintiff opened the franchise, and it was closed on February 23rd, 2025. So he lasted like literally about a year.
Yeah.
So he was the contest winner, and he opened the franchise. Plaintiff claims he never received the contract benefits of the grand prize from the defendants.
What?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Despite a specific request, I'm reading from the complaint here, plaintiff have never received the reimbursement of the $100,000 salary that was supposed to be paid, but plaintiff had to pay. Plaintiff Cooper themselves, defendant was contractually obligated to pay the $100,000 minimum salary, but never did.
Whoa.
Additionally, he claims not to have paid expenses that exceeded the franchise's revenue.
Wow.
Expenses totaling about $69,000. The actual number is $68,933.26. And Pennsylvania state sales tax of $38,432.89. Cisco, Edwin Don, Cintas, Western Pest Services, environmental fees, and a personal loan of $13,500 taken out by plaintiff to meet the expenses because of the delay the defendants had imposed.
Wow.
So, they want a judgment totaling $100,000 for the guaranteed minimum salary and an order for the court for specific performance requiring defendants to pay the $68,000 that remain outstanding. Isn't that fucking so funny?
That is crazy. Well, you know how they say don't lie, like don't put it in writing or else you'll get sued. You know what I mean? Don't record yourself lying.
Yeah.
Make a highly produced TV show for distribution of you lying. And then lie. Like it feels like it's like a pretty bad mode of action.
So this was just filed last week, right? And so Guy Fieri has not responded, but he did post a picture of himself with his family, like traveling in Italy a few days after July 1st, after the news of the lawsuit broke. And the caption was, "I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse," and it's a knuckle sandwich emoji.
Oh my God!
It's a Godfather reference, but like. That's fantastic. That's very funny.
So funny. Wow. He's just going right for it. That's bold.
Yeah, and Cooper has actually gone on Instagram. I'll put all this in the show notes and like blasted Fieri on July 4th.
Yeah.
Speaking directly to the camera and being somewhat vague about sharing his truth and not being silenced.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that is wild.
So he basically claims that what Guy Fieri did was that like he played for time and then his umbrella corporation basically said, "Oh, the payments are coming, the payments are coming, the payments are coming." And then that's went a whole year. And then when they never showed up, he had to close the place.
Jeez.
So his first claim is for breach of contract, which is pretty understanding. They had, I'm sure there was some sort of contract agreement. It's not in the complaint, but some sort of contract. And then you offered me XYZ services in exchange for ABC.
Yeah.
You know, participation in your content.
Yeah, exactly.
And you did not deliver, so give me that. So he's asking for, $100,000 of his salary. And then second, breach of contract, specific performance, saying, "Hey, you breached this agreement we had. I want the $68,000 in losses for revenue," which for a full year of operation, we're going to call it even number and do $69,000. About a year, that's a shortfall of only $5,750 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's also crazy how quickly money stacks up over a year. So he was losing generously about $6,000 a month in operating, and it was never covered. And as a result, plaintiff requests that court issue an order for specific performance requiring defendant to pay the aforesaid expenses. This is a small lawsuit. It's only for about $170,000, but they are filing in Eastern District Court of Pennsylvania at the federal level. So when you file a federal lawsuit, you need two things. You need complete diversity, which is to say the plaintiffs and defendants can't be from the same place. So like if you lived in Pennsylvania and I lived in Washington, we could sue each other in federal court because there's no like, but if we were both in Washington, then that's not complete diversity.
Gotcha.
And so now it has to be Washington State Court.
Okay.
But if we're in different places, that's requirement 1.
Yeah.
Requirement 2 is that you have to have more than $75,000 in dispute.
Oh, okay. And so this is over the threshold, but like only quote unquote slightly. Like $100,000 is a lot, but it's not $1 million.
It's a small lawsuit, to be sure. And what's going to be awesome is that if there was an agreement, which to be fair, they didn't say there was an agreement, but it was, you know, a pretty declaratory statement. I would be surprised if they didn't have them sign a bunch of stuff before they went on the on the show. But the good fucking news is that if this is a winning case, the fucking attorney bringing it this is a fucking slam dunk. So it was a gentleman by the name of Jeff at Jeff First Law, Jeffrey B. First, Esquire, attorney at law. He has 3 stars on fucking he has 3 stars on Google. This is very Guy Fieri coded the whole way down.
Jeff First.
Yeah, his name is Jeff First, and here's his just for your edification.
Oh, nice.
So plaintiffs' attorneys usually they work on contingency, which is to say they take not hourly fees, but they take a percentage of the recovery. So it's usually, at this stage of litigation, to file a lawsuit somewhere between 30 and 40%, usually closer to 30%. And then it's usually bumps up to like 50% if they actually have to proceed with trial.
Gotcha.
So here, this guy could make like an easy $40,000.
Yeah.
No fucking problem. If these allegations are true. Yeah. So how you feeling so far?
I'm feeling good. I think I've discovered a new naming faux pas in my book is Jeff First doing an ending syllable that's the same as the starting syllable in the last name. And like Jeff First, it's so bad. That is, I don't think that guy's going to Hollywood soon, but I think he should change his name.
Yeah, and this
like
actually,
more of like
this actually isn't the first fucking time that Guy Fieri has like found himself in legal trouble regarding restaurants. So I'm going to take you back to 2015. It was the dissolution of Johnny Garlic's, which Johnny Garlic, I shit you not, was an Italian, Mexican, Cajun, Asian fusion eatery.
Oh my God!
It's how it described itself. It's a restaurant Fieri originally opened in 1996 with his business partner Steve Gruber. It eventually expanded to 7 locations. Yeah, I know, right?
The names of the joints and the people makes it sound like it's a Simpsons episode.
This feels like a sitcom.
Like, I'm making Johnny Garlic's with my boy Gruber. He was Steve Gruber, and Jeff First is the lawyer. It's like, so what the hell? What universe is Guy Fieri living
What,
in?
the donkey sauce guy? No fucking shot. That guy's involved with Johnny Garlic.
There's a multiverse, and he's in the white trash one, and it just intersects with us slightly.
The fucking Guy Fieri multiverse.
Yeah.
This is Guy Fieri is an Avengers level threat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
In December of 2015, Fieri actually filed with the California Secretary of State to dissolve Johnny Garlic's and leave the company. Mr. Gruber was still on board and was not keen on giving up the company he had a 50% stake in. The two couldn't agree on a valuation for a buyout.
Yeah.
So an appraiser was appointed, but even with full control, Gruber couldn't keep the remaining location open, and the last Johnny Garlic's location closed in 2019. Rest in peace.
Oh man.
Now, in 2013, Guy Fieri testified in court on the case of Max Wade.
Yeah.
Though he was not a directly listed party, Wade had stolen Fieri's yellow Lamborghini in 2011 and gotten into a shootout with a romantic rival a year later.
Wow.
I just love how Fieri, for some reason, the more lawsuits Fieri is involved in, the more my respect for him goes
yeah, exactly.
up. That's a quote romantic rival, not a joke. Yeah. Wade was being tried for stealing and attempted murder, naturally.
Yeah.
And Fieri had to testify that he did not know Wade and had not given him permission to steal his Lamborghini.
That's good. Yeah. I don't give many people permission to steal my Lamborghini.
All right. Yeah. And then in 2011, I'm going backwards here. Led by David Page, there was a federal lawsuit in Minnesota filed alleging that the Food Network had breached its contract with them to film Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So this is his flagship show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Page Productions. They claimed the Food Network had failed to pay agreed production costs and withheld access to Fieri for filming and hosting obligations. Because remember, the network controls Guy Fieri as the talent.
Yeah.
Food Network then hit Page Productions back with a $1.5 million counterclaim, alleging that Page created, quote, an intolerable workplace.
Jeez.
Including profane and abusive emails sent to crew. In August of 2011, a confidential settlement was reached. Production of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives was resumed under Citizen Pictures production company, with Page Productions exiting.
Oh my God. Wait, so was Page Productions like owned by Guy Fieri, or it was just a separate production company?
It was a separate production company, but Guy Fieri was at the center of the lawsuit.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This guy's really living a life.
Yeah, that's what I was actually getting at. So Divers, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri's fucking flagship reality show. Yeah. How many fucking seasons do you think it has? Just eyeball it for me. Give me a range.
I'm going to give like 17 to 25.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You really want to go with 25 as your max out?
Oh, man. Okay, 32. Maybe he does do like smaller seasons, like, you know, like
50 fucking one.
51?
51 Divers, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Why are there that many separate seasons? It's not like he's been working for 51 years.
Well, it's been...
like, he's been around since fucking...
they film in a different multiverse with a different Fieri.
Yeah, exactly. He was around in the 70s, but he looked different. Like, he's like a vampire. He's an interdimensional white trash vampire.
Well, I love him because, like, he's been in, like, every single major city. He's even been in Seattle.
Yeah.
And he has... I don't think changed his style even fucking once.
No.
I think it actually still is still running. I think, or at least they're still doing reruns.
Yeah.
Good fucking.
He's got to be making money from that, getting that much network TV.
That much network TV, and I mean, what I love about reality stars like this is that like. is that like they use the lawsuits. I think this like begs a discussion of like publicity as lawsuit, because part of the strategy here to file the lawsuit is that they didn't put that much work into it. It's like 4 pages. The complaint's like 4 pages. Doesn't mean it's not legitimate. It's just like they knew everyone was going to pick up on this lawsuit. And Guy Fieri and his production company want to fucking go away, because if it criticizes their ability to deliver results for promised contestants in future and this on other projects, that might cause problems for the network. And so they just have to file a lawsuit and then just sit back and be like, you gonna come to the table?
Yeah.
You gonna come to the table or not? And also for someone like Guy Fieri, who probably is a multimillionaire despite dressing like a guy from Hoboken.
Oh yeah. Him and Sandler, same type of millionaire.
Adam Sandler. Well, I mean, I do respect Sandler because like he fucking like Sandler's like respect. Like he doesn't do reality TV. He's just played the same goofy guy in every movie forever.
Well, and it's not a gimmick for Sandler. Like, well, it might be. I don't know. But him wearing hoodies everywhere, you know, it feels a little authentic. Whereas it's another moment of like Guy Fieri puffing on a cigar and being like, you know what would be a good gimmick? Like if I wore this flame shirt everywhere. He saw a PT Cruiser in the early 2000s.
The value of branding is that like being yourself is more important than being polished looking. And I was in a call this morning with Colin Levy, the CEO of Malbec, which is a huge like contract enterprise like platform, contract management platform for enterprise clients, things like DocuSign, like large companies that have very Byzantine contract management things and multiple stakeholders. That's what he does.
Gotcha.
He's general counsel for them. So he advises their executive team on how to do that. Very cool stuff. But he actually commented, he actually listens to this podcast, apparently. And he was like, hey man, I've been watching your podcast. You look on this video call with me, you look more formal than you do on your podcast. And I was like, that's so interesting. Why are we talking about this? And he's like, because you look so memorable. Like I don't see many people in leadership who actually fucking look like a human when they're on camera. And now I feel like I understand and know. I suspect the only reason he took my call is because he listens to the podcast. I guess because I just DM'd him on LinkedIn and he was like, yeah, sure, we'll just fucking jump on a call. And I just sent him a scheduling link and we just talked this morning.
That's
10:30.
super cool.
Well, it's the power of being familiar over fitting an archetype.
Yeah.
I would rather like be cringe publicly because it means even if I'm cringe and you remember me. you'll still fucking remember me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, the only fucking thing worse than being cringe is being forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and what's that? To be cringe is to be free. I am a firm believer that to be cringe is to be free. Well, and so I live in my. I try to live in my cringe. I'm still a little ashamed of.
Yeah,
cringe,
I know, right? Like, because like I'm an extremely confident person in like 5 very specific ways. Like I'm good. I don't think I'm amazing, but I think I'm good on camera, and I can speak about my ideas articulately, and I'm very comfortable getting into a room full of people who think they're smarter than me and like making space for myself, and like very professional oriented. But at the same time, when I go home, I'm still amazed that like my friends show up to my birthday party because I'm like, why? You know what I mean? And it's a very interesting dichotomy there. And I'm trying to merge those two things. Because so much of my, for better or for worse, so much of like, I look to like verifiable data and facts to tell whether or not I should be confident about something. Yeah. I have trouble just being confident for confidence sake.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a hard skill to learn. It's something I'm really trying to get better at.
Yeah. I mean, confidence. I'll let you know when I figure out the secret to confidence, and then I'll sell it and I'll get on Oprah.
I want to get some of that Peter Thiel shit.
Oh my God.
That type shit where you sit him down and you're like, hey, should humanity exist? And he's like, I don't know, like, whoa.
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
And he's fucking talking about like Deuteronomy and like ghosts in our blood. And I'm like,
man.
He's so what did PayPal do to this guy? Like,
well, he's talking about like preventing the Antichrist, and it's like yes, that's actually why I funded all of this. Like, and he's so buttoned up. That's the worst part about it, is that he's like, I think the biblical times are upon us, actually. Like, with the same Silicon Valley tech bro.
I just wish rich people would just go fucking back to building universities.
Yeah, Well, I feel like he was made to be like a 15th century doomsday monk. Like, he really missed his calling as like.
But then we juiced him up.
We juiced up the
doomsday.
Well, and it's just, I mean, his companies are named Palantir and Valar.
Oh yeah,
like, and the reference.
And they fucking also sponsored the Victory Day parade for Trump. And like the squeaking tank down Pennsylvania Avenue. Yeah. Sponsored by Palantir. And it was like the fucking Carl's Jr.'s moment. Yeah. In fucking Idiocracy, where the guys in the White House are like, brought to you by Carl's Jr.'s. And it's like, why do you keep saying that? It was like, because they keep giving me money.
Which becomes more true every single day. Like,
good shit. But tell me about the reference, because I know Palantir, but I don't know as much about his other company.
Oh, Palantir. Well, Palantir reference to the Silmarillion.
Oh, right.
The Lord of the Rings. And Valar are the gods in the Lord of the Rings.
Gotcha.
Like, those are his two big companies, and they're both Lord of the Rings reference, like, which I love Lord of the Rings, man.
I do wonder how the Tolkien estate didn't fucking come after him for that shit.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I wish they would. But it's just crazy too, because it's like this huge, and I don't know if you know what the Palantir are within the Lord of the Rings universe. They're like the orbs. They're the orbs that you can touch, and they give you a sight all around Middle Earth,
and it's a data company.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it so cringe? It just like, I mean,
but he's so much wealthier than us.
Yeah, exactly. To be cringe is to be free. To be cringe is to be free. I feel like we're learning this from Peter.
Can everyone just wire me $10,000 right now?
Yeah,
so that I can go up and wear a hoodie at like the next fucking Legal Talk conference and talk about how I think like humans don't deserve to survive the next ice age, and then make an insufferable LinkedIn.
We must make silicon beings that will explore the universe and teach Christianity to the aliens.
Have you fucking listened to? Do you? Okay. I think we're way off topic here, but we're on a good roll. But like, do you know Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
So like the Pharaoh Plague. So it's a video game. Yeah. Sorry to be dragging everyone into this, but it's a fucking video game. Yeah. Where there's a rich guy who's basically just like a combination of Elon Musk and fucking Peter Thiel. Actually, both founders of PayPal. Yeah. He basically founds like a big company, and then he gets into weapons technologies, and he builds a swarm of robots, and he programs them to be unhackable and to only follow the commands of whoever the swarm serves, and to use biomass of all kinds as fuel. And the fucking robots get out of control, and then it fucking eats the biosphere, and Earth is an uninhabitable airless rock because they multiply exponentially, and they learn, and they're unhackable, and it destroys the planet. And that's what I think about so often.
Yeah.
Because where I'm going with this is that, like, AI, you and I are intimately familiar with, like, how AI has revolutionized our workflows.
Yeah.
And I, actually, funny fact, I have our summer associates right now trying to use AI to make a meme page.
Oh, yeah.
Where it scrapes the internet for, like, tropes. And then fucking scripts a meme and then makes the meme in Canva with AI agents. And then posts it to our Instagram. I have them working on that shit right now.
Nice.
And it's so scary to me because, like, on one hand, it's never been better to already be in an organization.
Yeah.
If I was like 5 years younger and I was looking for an entry level role right now, I don't fucking, because AI is so good at doing the entry level shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what I would be doing. And anyways, it doesn't feel like anyone responsible is at the wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no way to fix it. I don't know. And it's also like, I feel like another part of, because everyone's been seeing that entry level roles are down, or entry level hiring is down. Like people with college degrees are doing worse than ever, like freshly graduated people with college degrees. I feel like higher ups are respecting the value of a degree less because there's this underlying notion of, well, you just used AI. Like, and like, I feel so sorry for new graduates because it's just like, how do you escape that narrative? Like, I just graduated like a few years before AI, and I was an English major. Like, an English major nowadays, that doesn't mean anything. So I try to be like, English major, graduated in 2019. Like, please, it was before ChatGPT.
Yeah. Well, that's what's so scary about law school. So I just started law school this month, and so many of my classmates are just like, so yeah, I just threw this into ChatGPT, and I'm like, golden. Like, we're going to be litigating against you in 5 years. Well, which is interesting is that, like, now humans are not analytics machines, we're judgment machines. Because like the machine does all the analytics for you and then presents you with options, and then you pick which one of your favorite. Yeah. And so AI is not yet good enough to, like, do the heavy lifting on legal research, right? But it is good enough to do all the grunt work in legal research. And so if I could just fucking do doc review, if I could just do doc review where, like, I feed an AI 50 million pages of documents I just got from opposing counsel at a corporation, and now I don't have to pay 25 associates to do that. And and if I can, like, if the bar allows me to charge flat fee for it, awesome. Right. But if the bar doesn't allow you to charge a lot of money for use of AI and says, if you use AI, you can't charge for the time because it takes no time to use, then you know what I'm going to fucking do? I'm not going to use the AI. I'm just going to charge the client. I'm just going to find a way to charge the client for it by hiring a bunch of associates to lock in room and do document.
So in a way, it's like rewarding inefficiency. Like,
that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Which is why I mean, we should do a whole episode on RPC 1.5. RPC 1.5 is the Rules of Professional Conduct. Is what prohibits non-attorneys from owning equity in a law firm, except in a handful of jurisdictions. In Arizona, you can invest in a law firm as a non-attorney, and in Puerto Rico. Gotcha. But in Puerto Rico, you can only own up to 45% or 49%. You can't have a controlling interest. Gotcha. That has to go to an attorney. But still, good stuff.
Yeah. Well, if that ever gets changed, you know that's gonna be
that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna cause a interesting market.
Well, Washington State, where this podcast is headquartered, they're actually doing a pilot program to permit non-legal entities to perform legal services. It's in pilot right now. Oh, wow. And they're also looking into alternate ways for bar licensure other than the bar exam, so like an apprenticeship. Yeah. Anyways, we got crazy off track this episode. But I think we needed a break. The news has been so crazy. We just want to do a really simple, easy, fun one.
Yeah, fun little Guy Fieri.
Thanks so much for joining us. You can support the podcast. We're getting paying subscribers now, which is crazy. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have signed up in the last couple of weeks. It means the world to us. Email at us at any time at gossipwithoutprejudice@gmail.com. We are looking at our inboxes. Ask us questions. Ask, whatever. Even $1 a month, which you can't do on a Supercast. It's as low as $5. I don't know why I just said that. But any support is helpful for us. Me, Sam, and the entire crew watch our inboxes very closely. We will try and email you guys back. We're getting more and more emails, so it's been getting tougher for me to get back to everybody, but we're getting more, but we will try and respond to them as best a small team can. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next Friday.
Later.